the Supreme Court of Nevada is now in session. Case number 27320, Judges Springer, Young and Sharing Justice Judge now presiding. Please be seated.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We will start by calling the case of Flanagan and Moore against the state of Nevada. Are both sides ready?
Ready for justice, Your Honor.
Ready for the appellant, Your Honor.
The court calls upon the prosecutor for the opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I intend to prove to the court that both Flanagan and Moore should still be convicted and there should be no reversal sentences. Thank you, Your Honor.
Counsel?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the appellant wished for the conviction to be reversed because of the same type of constitutional error occurred at the guilt phase at their trial as occurred at the second penalty hearing. They also seek for the reversal of their sentences on number of grounds.
Alright, we will begin the trial. The public prosecutor may call its first witness.
I call Thomas Akers as the first witness, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you shall give to the case before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth?
I do.
Please state your name for the record, sir.
My name is Thomas Akers.
Please spell your last name, sir.
A-K-E-R-S, Akers.
Alright, Mr. Akers, please tell the court your relationship to both of the appellants.
I am an acquaintance for both of the appellants.
Mr. Akers, please tell the court, where were you on the night of the incident?
I was with them, assigned to drive them to the victim's house.
The Mr. Flanagan's grandparents' house?
Yes, their house.
Alright. Would you say your involvement with the incident, the act of your involvement was based on any force?
No, it was purely voluntary.
So, to make it clear, no person, no one, forced you or threatened you to drive the vehicle to the victim's house at the night of the incident, yes?
Yes, no one.
Alright, Mr. Akers. Moving on with the evidence found at the victim's house, there was a knife. And the knife was found near the victim. Do you have any knowledge about this knife?
No, ma'am.
Did you know that both victims were shot to death?
Yes, ma'am.
Shot meaning using a pistol and not a knife.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, Mr. Akers, did you know about the activities that both of the appellants were involved in?
Activities?
Let me help you. And occult activities.
Well, I actually have seen Mr. Flanagan play with some tarot cards.
Tarot cards, you say. Anything else?
Yes, he also told me that he was into the devil worship or something like that. Yeah, he also once told me that he could literally had the power to push his grandparents, the Gordons, to do whatever he wanted.
Did he mention any type or whatever the power that he had?
Well, he did not, but it sounded like he meant not the regular type of power, you know, the supernatural type of power.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Akers.
Yes, sure.
That's all from me, Your Honor.
Does the counsel have anything to ask to the first witness?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Proceed.
Could you please tell the court what Flanagan and Moore had done to the victim?
Yes, they killed Flanagan's grandparents by shooting them.
And do you know the reasons why?
Well, they wanted to get the money from the insurance and wills of Flanagan's grandparents.
Next, did you saw Flanagan and Morse using their black and white magic to people?
No, but as I said earlier, Flanagan did tell me that he had the power to push them, the Gordons, up or down, whatever he wanted, but I have never seen it by myself.
Mr. Akers, I want to ask you, were you in attendance when Flanagan and Morse planned out their crime?
Yes, I was.
Objection, Your Honor. The witness' attendance has been known and no clarification is needed.
Sustain.
That's all, Your Honor. I have no further question. Thank you.
Your Honor, the state wishes to call upon the second witness. Your Honor. Calling Mr. Wittig to the stand.
Raise your right hand. Do you promise that the testimony you shall give in this case before this court is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth?
Yes, I do.
Sir, please state your name for the record.
My name is Wayne Wittig,
Please spell your last name.
Wittig.
Alright, Mr. Wittig, please explain to the court the reason you are being called upon.
I am here to testify against Mr. Flanagan and Mr. Moore.
How are you related to both of them?
Back when I was 16 years old, I was part of 7-member coven led by Mr. Flanagan and Mr. Moore.
Would you please tell us what a coven is?
A coven basically is a gathering of people to use. You might say it is basis of a sentence to get the most life out of it, so to speak. Being able to have help when you need it. You know, somebody to call upon when something should arise.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This practice is divided into at least 2 categories. One which is black magic and the second is white magic.
Well, I can say for all, but I can say for the one I was involved in, there is 2 different kind of it, yes.
And would you tell us, at least insofar as your coven at that time was concerned, what black magic was and what was the purpose of it?
Well, black magic was basically used to somebody if they are in danger. You could more or less put a hex on them, and they will feel pain, and that they wouldn't normally feel. Psychological effect, you know, more or less just, oh, my arms hurt, and the arm hurts, or just all of a sudden you start feeling weird for some reason, and you can explain it.
Alright, Mr. Witty, and what is white magic?
White magic was basically the ability to manipulate people. Says that you are walking down the corridor even though you are not going through the door at the right. Means this gives you ability to walk through the door.
Mr. Witty, please tell the court what was the role of Dale Flanagan in the coven activities which you personally participated in.
There was basically, I don't know the word that I can use to describe him. Wizard, no. But as far as the coven went, he is now in a second command in the coven. He actually the first, the most power, but they are stronger than him.
And what type of magic did he practice or engage in?
Black magic.
And what was the role of Randy Moore?
He was first in command. He had the white magic, which was the power to manipulate the people.
Would it be fair to say that he was the leader of the group?
Yes.
Okay, last question, Mr. Wittig. Do you perhaps have any knowledge about a knife regarding relating to the issues of coven activities?
Well, based on what I know, any initiation ritual, there is an evolving knife to draw blood and running the blade through a candle, through the candle flame as if to create a centralness.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Wittig. That's all from me, Your Honor.
Mr. Wittig, now you testified about covens and coven which you have attended, and you tell the court that Dale and Randy were present at the covens. My question, how many times did you attend these rituals? No, your best recollection. I'm not asking for an exact number.
Probably somewhere from 0 to 20, or say 1 to 20.
Okay. And during this coven that you have attended from 1 to 20 yen, was there any conversation among the people in attendance?
Objection, Your Honor.
Counsel, make it relevant.
Pertaining to?
Was there any conversation?
Yes.
Was it in nature of social conversation?
Sometimes.
Did any of the people in attendance at the covens do anything that can be conceived as antisocial?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
Didn't burn or kill cats?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't even set a fire?
Objection, Your Honor.
Counsel, make it relevant.
Alright. Mr. Wittig, during prior session that you have attended, can you please tell the court what went on in this session?
More or less psychological, Lincoln talk, things like that.
Okay, but nothing antisocial?
No, we didn't run around going Saturn,
Mr. Witty, please mind your behavior in the court.
Oops, sorry, Your Honor. Things like that didn't happen in it. Yes.
So, social? Peaceful?
Yes, peaceful.
There was communication, right? Communication, right, among the people.
Yes.
But nobody was forced to attend, right?
No. And nothing was antisocial about the event?
No.
Alright. My honor, that's all from me. Thank you.
All rise.
We both concur to the decision of the district court.
I agree with the majority's holding that improper prosecutorial comments on a defendant's constitutionally protected speech, activities or beliefs are subject to harmless error analysis if such comments are made during the guilt phase of trial. However, I cannot join in the majority's conclusion that the improper prosecutorial comments in this case that the defendant was a devil worshipper, a member of witches' coven, and a practitioner of black magic are not of a magnitude that would have adversely influenced the court. To me, this is far from the kind of improper evidence that is harmless beyond a reasonable doubt. We point out that the defendant's diabolical activities were mitigated somewhat by defense counsel's cross-examination, in which a valiant attempt was made to convince the court that these wizards did not burn or kill any cats, or go skinning cats, or set places afire. Defense counsel's attempt to portray the devils allies as benign and peaceful was more than overcome by the prosecutor's description of the defendants as devil worshippers whose friends were gang members who with their devil-worshipping buddies were hatching a diabolical plot to kill two good as distinguished from diabolical human beings. I already characterized the evidence against Flanagan and Moore as overwhelming. I would have to agree that as put by the majority, Flanagan and Moore and 4 other co-defendants killed the Gordons. But this misses the point, which is that Flanagan and Moore had the right to be tried and to have the nature of their participation in a 6-person killing judged by the court that was not under the influence of the clearly prejudicial and unfairly damaging argument of the prosecution. If the prosecution had not engaged such a zealous and intentional pursuit of the diabolical characters of Flanagan and Moore, the court in this case would have been in a much better position to pass fair judgment on the degree of guilt of these defendants and on their punishment. We noted that Flanagan and the 5 others broke into the Gordon residence and accomplished their deadly objective, which was to kill Flanagan's grandparents for insurance proceeds. With the other 4 murderers and Flanagan and Moore being improperly branded as devil worshippers, it does not appear to me that the majority is justified in so blithely concluding that the court was not influenced by the fact that Flanagan and Moore were working for or with the devil. Even in the absence of this aggravating factor, however, I will not conclude that these defendants were found to be death eligible and that the erroneous thinking on this point displayed by the majority does of itself justify reversal of the death penalty judgment. Therefore, their appeals are hereby rejected and I allow the decision of the district court to be proceeded.
Court is dismissed. All rise.